She had no reservations in me.
This is Hiccup. He is 2 years old this year. Ever since he was 6 months old, he took part in his first competition when he was 1 year old. That was how I met Kenneth as well, because he was the judge for one of the dog competitions.
And in the garden, she waits alone.
Down. Sit. Stand. Down. So I was asked to judge this particular event, this dog agility event, and that's where I was told to create a course for this bunch of participants so that they can go and have some fun.
He was briefing everybody. There was no communication or whatsoever, but I kind of saw him and I thought, hey, this Kenneth looks pretty not too bad, quite cute, right?
I was judging, and it was her turn. While she was trialing, she actually fell. She tripped and fell.
Hiccup actually tripped me, so I ran and I fell, right? So, and it was a bit embarrassing, right? I mean, everyone was looking at you and I just fell. What was even more embarrassing was because I was really embarrassed, right? So I forgot the course and I was like standing between 16 and I was looking at where is 17. So I was almost going to the wrong obstacle. And then Kenneth kind of like pointed to me, that. So it's a bit like, not too nice. The judge had to tell you where was the next course.
So after the competition, I gathered with a friend of mine. His name is Lucas. At the background, we have Adeline.
And I was playing frisbee with Hiccup on the other side, right? So, and I was wondering, what are they talking about? Am I in the conversation?
Well, since she was there, and I asked her, I said, who's this chick? And they said, oh, it's one of my students, and that's where he was telling me more about her. She's also in the IT line, and we have pretty much a lot in common. Not only are we involved in dog agility, we are also involved in endurance sports. The physical outlook side, both of us look pretty much sporty as well. So after the competition itself, I've decided to add a couple of people that were involved, and which includes Adeline. It's where we start off chatting, and that's via the Facebook.
So I didn't know who was this Chen Kiwei, right? Because it was a Chen Kiwei that added me on Facebook. Anyway, I went to look at his profile pics. I saw all his Ironman pictures, and then I realized he was in the same industry as I. He invited me on Facebook, I accepted him, and then he sent me a first text.
She was very fun, I must say. She kind of made me laugh throughout the whole process of, if you want to put it in, like courting her. From there, I was the one that suggested the first date. I asked her out.
So they asked me out for lunch on Monday and I said no, but also because I had a prior appointment. But I wanted to kind of drop him a hint that I'm not seeing anybody, right? So I said, why don't we, how about a weekend? Because then he asked, don't you have anything else to do on weekend? I said, oh no, weekend is just me and my boy, right? Then it was like a hint to him, oh look, I'm single too.
Since we're both involved in this endurance sport, so I decided to ask her for a run. It was on Sunday, that's right.
So I met him at Botanic Gardens early in the morning, about 7 AM. It's pretty nice just to to run with someone, and there he was with Kaiser and his border collie and I with Hiccup, right? And then we went for breakfast at Casa Verde at the Botanical Gardens restaurant. It was pretty much just getting to know each other a little bit better. We talked a little bit about industry, what we do for work.
And we're like asking each other questions. In a way, trying to yes, understand each other better, but more like, are we compatible to move to the next, to the next level?
But at the point in time, it was just casual, like getting to know each other better. Even before we got together, what made our relationship closer was that I would bring Hiccup to his house, like something like he's babysitting my dog, right? Because Sri, the helper, looks after Kaiser and Bibi when he's out. So it was very convenient for me to just drop by his house before I head off to work, and I'll drop Hiccup off.
And that's actually where my helper also started to get to know her better. And that's where I told my helper, I said, that's the woman I want to marry.
And this was even before we were together, so it's quite daring of him. How do you know I was going to say yes?
We were walking along East Coast Park, We were strolling, and in front of us there were this bunch of youngsters who I believe they had a tiff and started to fight.
I got a little bit scared because I didn't know what was going to happen. Or like going to be gang fights, what's going to happen, right? So I kind of walked closer to him. So he took the opportunity to kind of like take my hand and put across his head. And I said, "Come, you know, so it's okay." So it was more like almost like saving a damsel in distress kind of feeling, right? Like my hero, you know.
Yeah, I guess it's, you know, when an opportunity strikes, you just have to take it, right?
But after we continued walking, and after we left that area, right, he kind of like didn't let go. So after that, he asked me, "So are you gonna hold my hand properly or not?" So I just looked at him like, "Huh? You mean that was it?" So I was like, you know, I felt like a teenager all over again. And he didn't let go, and then that was how we got together.
In a relationship, what's really important other than communication is commonalities, hobbies, certain thoughts and certain goals that you have. It has to be pretty much aligned. We are involved in many activities like running, swimming, and a lot of dog sports activities.
As individuals, we do all this separately. So when we came together, we kind of continued doing all these activities, and it was a joy to have someone to do it with as well.
I guess I'll keep you around. Keep you around. Keep you around. My song is love.
I proposed to her at this nice restaurant called Alcove Mansion. I believe she kind of, you know, she's intelligent enough to somehow kind of sense that maybe you're going towards the direction of proposal.
Because it was just before Valentine's Day, right? And you know, as a girl, Valentine's Day draws near. You know, we talked about marriage before, even early on in the relationship. The first thing I said when we got there was that, you know, oh, it's a very nice venue for to have a wedding. So he said, "Wow, you know, I haven't even proposed yet. So eager to get married."
So I wanted it to be something of a surprise to her, and she was saying about what if, or rather, I was saying something about what if I were to, you know, to pass you a ring, would you marry me? Things like that.
I said, "Yeah, you know, if you have flowers and a ring, I might consider." So, "Are you sure I must have flowers?" And I said, "No, you know, at least a ring, right? You can't be proposing to me just like that. You must be down on one knee, flowers and ring." He said, "Okay, maybe no down on one knee and no flowers, but what if there's a ring?" Then he suddenly came up, pop up, a ring, right?
So she said, "Well, if you have the ring, then I consider." And that's where I came out the ring and said, "Would you marry me?"
I kind of cornered with you, right? So it's like a sales guy, right? He signed the order, so I kind of like, okay. I had to say yes, right? So I said yes.
Yes, I was very, very happy that she accepted it. But the good thing here is I didn't sense any obligation. I think that's a good thing. Yeah. In a short span of 6 months, I thought that she was the one because of the commonalities.
This wedding marks our 1-year anniversary of getting to know each other, right? Though short, I think it's very intense. It really helped that we are pretty similar in terms of character, personality. I think we're both very driven in things that we do, just by the sports that we take part in and all that.
You know, we're in the same industry. Both of us has got same goals and visions, as well as same hobbies.
I think I'm very lucky to meet someone like that, and it's really, the opportunity was right, the timing was right.
Message home.